Yesterday I told you I think that we made a mistake, 'cause you and I, we lost our sight.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? We have an extreme deep clean all day, inside, outside, clean with me today, and I am so excited about this video because we are going to be getting it all done. And today's video is brought to you by HelloFresh, so a huge thank you to HelloFresh for partnering with me to bring you this all day deep clean with me. But we will get to more of that in just a little bit. I do have a discount code and a special link for you guys down below in the description box, so check that out after we finish this video up.
You know, no, imagine what would happen if we did it right.
Are you guys all ready for this serious deep clean with me? We're gonna be doing it all today. We are gonna deep clean the oven, and we are gonna clean up a bunch of areas that get neglected quite often, or areas that I just don't really like to clean, but we're gonna get them done today. And I hope that this video gives you a ton of cleaning motivation, especially for those of you who really need the motivation. Get up, tackle your to-do list with me, and let's clean together. The first thing that we are going to do today is deep clean this oven, and we're going to do it a little bit more natural, and we're going to be using some baking soda, water, and white distilled vinegar. What you want to do is take your baking soda and put it in a bowl. You are going to make a paste with water, and you really want it a pasty consistency. You don't want it super watery, and then you're just going to spread it all around the oven. And since it has to sit for a bit, we're going to put this on. It was first thing in the morning. Gonna let it sit, and then we are going to tackle a lot of other stuff around the house.
What would happen if we did it right? You got me spinning round, round. 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 Why can't we just be honest? Why can't we just be honest? Did we do it right? You know, no. Did we speak from our hearts so we can make it right without a fight? You know, no. Imagine what would happen if we did it right.
We are also going to clean the oven racks today, but I'm going to be doing that in the sink. So I'm going to get the sink all cleaned up, get the dishes taken care of that are still in here, and then I'm going to show you just how I'm going to be cleaning those up. We are going to soak the racks for a little bit, just using some dish soap, hot water, and some vinegar.
Why can't we just be honest? You got me spinning round, round.
Trying to make up your mind like you need more time. You've already spent most of mine. Even when your words fail, you try to keep it light. You realize I'm done right. You can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right. I'm up all night. You keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Say the word.
While all of that is soaking and sitting and just stewing over there, we are going to clean these windowsills. We're going to clean the windows. We're going to clean the shutters. We're going to clean everything over here. Cleaning the windows and cleaning the windowsills and all that stuff is something that I don't do quite often. I don't know why, it's just not one of my favorite tasks, so we're gonna get that done today because this is a deep clean with me, and we are gonna be deep cleaning some stuff that needs it desperately. The first thing that I'm gonna do is wipe down my windows. I'm gonna vacuum everything up, and then we are gonna really clean this, and I'm going to be using some powdered Tide and bleach to really get in there and clean everything, break up all that dirt and the grime that gets stuck on there. Powdered Tide works really, really well for breaking stuff up like that. It is a surfactant, and the hotter the water, the better it works. So we're gonna do some powdered Tide in this bucket with hot water, and we're gonna do a couple of splashes of bleach to also disinfect and get everything all nice and clean. But the first thing that I'm gonna do is make sure that I've gotten all the dog hair and all of the dust off of everything before I get to scrubbing, and I'm just using an old dish rag to do so and just getting in there, getting all the nooks and crannies and getting everything all cleaned up. This area of the dining area and kitchen is where my 2-year-old daughter sits during mealtime, so the shutters and the walls behind her chair get super, super dirty because she's 2. Food gets flung around. You know how little kids are. So we're gonna scrub everything really well. We're gonna wipe down the baseboards in the dining area. We're gonna wipe down all the cabinets in a couple of minutes too, but we're just gonna really deep clean this area and do all of the things that nobody really ever wants to do or remembers to do around here.
My heart is a wall with my thoughts. Oh, and I don't know which side is better.
I just want to take a moment and introduce myself for those of you who might be here for the first time. My name is Bronte. I am a stay-at-home mama of 2. I live in Las Vegas, and I am so curious to know where you guys are watching from. Come say hi in the comments and introduce yourself if you haven't already. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know down below what is a task that you forget to do around the house. Like I said, mine is wiping down the windowsills and doing all sorts of stuff with the windows. So what is a task around the house that you guys don't get done as often as you probably should?
Where can I find your love that don't cut like paper, babe? Either come close or stay away. Oh, this word's so echoing.
So I recently did a kitchen makeover in here, and yes, we will be redoing our floors eventually, but I recently painted all of our cabinets and completely transformed this kitchen, and I've had 0 issues using this mixture on my freshly painted cabinets. So if you guys are curious about that, I've had a few questions asking how they're holding up, and so far they have held up really, really well, and I have had no issues wiping them down. The paint hasn't transferred off when I have been cleaning them, so I am really pleasantly surprised about that and pleased about that. I used bare paint. All of that information is in my kitchen makeover video, so if you haven't seen that yet, be sure to check that out after you are done watching this video because the transformation is insane.
You said, where can I find your love? Where can I find your love?
Where can I find your love? Where can I find your love?
Where can I find your love? Where can I find your love?
Where can I find your love? Where can I find your love?
When I was cleaning the tops of the cabinets recently, a couple of you recommended to put wax paper on top of the cabinet so that they don't get super greasy, dusty, and disgusting again, and that is just such a genius suggestion. So we are going to put some wax paper on top of the cabinets, and I'm also going to take some Scotch tape and just tape those pieces of wax paper down just so they don't blow everywhere because our AC vent is right above the kitchen. So thank you for that tip. Hopefully I won't have to be scrubbing the top of the cabinets anytime soon using that wax paper. So we have let the racks from the oven sit in some hot water, vinegar, and dish soap for a while, and this was so easy to get off, get all the crusty bits off of the racks. By doing this, it breaks it up really nicely, and it got most of the stuff off. They look almost brand new when I put them back in the oven, so I was really, really pleased with how they turned out because our oven is pretty new. We got it in February, so I want to try to keep it as nice as possible for as long as possible, and this is a great way of doing so.
My dreams, only in my dreams. I play fair, I don't make you leave. Oh my God, why is it so hard to love?
Now let's get back to taking care of this oven. We are going to scrub it now. It's been sitting for a while. Usually you want to let the baking soda sit for an extended period of time, preferably overnight, but hey, if you're in a hurry, a couple of hours is perfectly fine. So once you've let it sit for a while, you are gonna fill up a spray bottle with vinegar. You can do vinegar and water. I chose to do vinegar because it's more concentrated and it bubbles up a lot better. So you just spray that on your baking soda paste, whatever is on your oven, and just put a little elbow grease and love into it, and it works really well. I did end up letting that mixture dry up a little bit after I sprayed it the first time. Luckily in Vegas, we don't have to worry about it taking too long to dry out, but I let it dry up a bit so that I could vacuum out the big, huge chunks of it so that I wasn't getting a ton of baking soda all over the place. And then I just kind of kept doing that back and forth, spraying it, wiping out what I could, letting it dry up, and then vacuuming again. So we're just gonna get this oven looking shiny. This works so well. I know that Easy Off has some toxic chemicals in it, so I try not to use that if I don't have to. I've had such good luck with this baking soda and vinegar and water situation. I have never had to use Easy Off in my ovens, but it does take a lot longer to get the oven clean. It's not a super quick, easy fix, but it does work really, really great, and it gets a ton of stuff off. The more elbow grease and love you put into it, the more you're gonna get off of your oven, and most of the time they come out looking almost brand new.
Make up my mind, 'cause I'm too rough around the edges. Steal and cheat a lie, make my lovers cry, 'cause I'm too rough around the edges. Too rough, too rough, too rough, around, 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 edges.
If you are looking for a good stainless steel cleaner, this Wyman stainless steel spray is it. It works so well. I have used this on so many stainless steel appliances, and it is my go-to whenever I need to purchase something new for our house. It's what I've been using for years, and it works so well. So run to your local Walmart, Target, or whatever store that you shop out and get you some if you have some stainless steel appliances. You can also use it on stainless steel sinks. That works really great too. My husband has used that on our sink before, and it leaves the sink looking so brand new and shiny.
wrongs. Never thought they would do such harm. You got so many reasons spinning in your head. That's why you left. Indispensable pain in your chest. Leave us for the
My go-to cleaner for cleaning up my stove, my black stove top, is glass cleaner. It leaves it so nice and shiny. So if you are somebody who struggles with a streaky stovetop when you clean it, try some glass cleaner if you haven't already. It works so well. Look at how shiny and nice that is. And it was so greasy and disgusting and crummy before. I'm telling you, you guys, glass cleaner on the stove is just genius. It works so great.
can't be too late. Been missing everything that we had. I'll miss you, babe. I miss you, babe. You got so much to say, but you're quiet like yesterday. Trying to read your eyes while we're kissing in the kiss.
Now let's get back to cleaning up that sink, taking care of these dishes and getting them started in the dishwasher using some Cascade. And I am going to be using some Comet with bleach today. You guys recommended Comet to clean up my bathtubs, which we will get to later. We are going to clean the bathrooms as well today. But I am going to be using this. Usually I use Barkeeper's Friend on my sink. So we're going to try this Comet out today. I have not used Comet or Ajax or any powdered cleaners in such a long time, but I do not know why I ever stopped using them because they work so well. The old school powdered cleaners are it. They work really well, and this got my sink super nice and clean, and I loved that it had bleach in it as well to disinfect because we do a whole lot of cooking over here. You will see some more later. I'm going to show you some of my HelloFresh, and I'm so excited about it because HelloFresh is awesome and so convenient.
You know ain't a fence, so tell me what are we? You know that I hate this game. apologize. Always say that you're sorry, but why does it feel the same?
We are gonna quickly vacuum up the residual baking soda over here so nobody is walking through the kitchen and tracking it around. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and you know, that's just how things always go. And my biggest pet peeve is having stuff stuck to my feet. So I'm just gonna clean up whatever baking soda I may have gotten all over the floor here before we move on to doing some deep cleaning outside. We are getting it all done today. Like I said, you guys, I am not joking. We are gonna clean the windows outside. I'm gonna be using some Dawn hot water and white distilled vinegar to clean up these outside windows. This little concoction is so great. I got this tip from Go Clean Co on Instagram. I get a lot of my cleaning tips from there. So if you have an Instagram and you love cleaning stuff, go follow that page because the cleaning tips are amazing. I will have that link down below in the description box as well as my Instagram handle. So if you have one, pop on over, come, let's be friends, and come hang out over on Instagram as well.
But why does it feel the same? It's like nothing's changed. I used to keep my cool, but when it comes to you, I do whatever you want me to do. I used to keep my cool, but when it comes to you, I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. I always fall head first, but believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you. I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. I always fall head first, but believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you. Baby, I'm the fool. I used to keep my cool, but when it comes to you, I always fall head first when I'm with you. I never think before I do. I always fall head first, but believe that I'm the fool when it comes to you. I always fall head.
I didn't really think about it before decorating the outside of my house and how I needed to get to the windows. So we are just gonna remove the Halloween decor and then get to scrubbing the windows. I did take the screens off and we are gonna deep clean the screens as well. And I will show you guys just how I do that in a little bit, but for now we're gonna get this outside window clean. I have my supervisor here, my 2-year-old daughter, making sure that I am getting everything done properly.
See me shaking, hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of.
So like I mentioned, I took my screens off. We are going to soak these in the bathtub and I am going to use my favorite concoction, another Go Clean Co tip, and I'm going to use some powdered Tide laundry. It must be powdered Tide, and hot water, as hot as my tap will go, in the bathtub, and I'm going to soak these screens before we get to cleaning the bathtub. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to splash the water on them, the Tide water, and just let them sit there. I did go back and put more water on them over the day that I was cleaning, and I just kept turning them, letting them soak, and letting those sit there and do their thing in the Tide laundry. And you guys, I was astonished at how much dirt came off of my screens. They were disgusting. So if you haven't cleaned your screens, go do that. While those are sitting, we are going to tackle this mess outside. My daughter was playing with kinetic sand or moon sand or some sort of sand that you don't want all over the place. And of course it's bright orange too, so you can see it from any room in the house. If you can see the backyard, you can see the orange sand. So I'm going to vacuum that up using the shop vac. Using the shop vac in the backyard, especially if you have pavers like I do with crevices like that, works so well. So we're just gonna shop vac up the yard, get the leaves, get the sand, and get all of the dirt and stuff up, and just make the yard look a little bit nicer. When I have leaves all over my yard just looks super messy and dirty. So I like to try to get up as much as I can. So we are gonna also clean up the kids' water table because it is still warm here in Vegas and they can still play with it. So I'm going to clean this all up, and I'm just gonna be using vinegar to clean it today. And I'm gonna scrub it down and then clean it up and fill it back up for my kiddos.
For losing you.
I'm also going to clean up their little toys using hot water, dish soap, and vinegar, and I'm just going to put them in there, soak them in the dish soap and vinegar, and just break up any of the grime on them from sitting outside. I ended up transferring them to the water table because the bucket just wasn't going to hold everything. So I'm going to soak those, scrub those, and get those all cleaned up, add some more vinegar, and then we'll rinse them off, and everything will be good to go for these little munchkins. Not messing around when I said we were going to be deep cleaning today. I am going to be cleaning the window track on my sliding glass door with Mr. Clean. I'm going to put it in the spray bottle. We are not going to dilute it at all. We are just going to put this straight into the spray bottle. Another Go Clean Co tip. You guys are probably so sick of me talking about Go Clean Co, but they just have the best tips ever, and everything works really well. So I'm gonna put this in a spray bottle, and we are gonna clean the sliding glass door track. And this is just a super quick, easy way to get it clean. I have used baking soda and vinegar before, which also works really great, but it just takes a little bit longer. So we're cheating today. We're using the Mr. Clean, and we're using a scrub brush, and we're just gonna get this window track all cleaned up because it is one of my pet peeves, seeing all of the dirt and the grime in here when we're sitting at our dining table eating dinner. So we're gonna scrub everything, get it all nice and cleaned up, and you're gonna wanna use paper towels to absorb this because it is super dirty, it is super messy. Even though I just recently cleaned the window track, it is still super, super gross. So we're gonna get that all cleaned up, and I wanted to make sure that I cleaned the window track after I had already cleaned the window so that the water and stuff could dry and not just make it even messier. So we're cleaning this up. We're gonna get this window track sparkling clean.
But me, it doesn't matter what you're gonna say. I just need time right now. I'm going alone tonight. Oh, would you call me on my sins? You think that you're under my skin. I just wanna wake up in my bed alone. Oh no, I don't wanna be tucked in someone else's arms. I will close my door 'cause I need my time. Wanna speak so loud even though
Let's work on some more stuff inside. We have laundry mountain to tackle right here. We're gonna get this all folded up, get this laundry room cleaned up as well. As you can see, we have our Halloween decor up. So if you haven't seen my Halloween clean and decorate with me, be sure to check that out after you are done watching this video. I had so much fun with that one. I had such a fun time decorating this year. I just wanted to make sure that the house was as festive as possible because my kids love Halloween, and I just feel like this year has not been it. They have gotten deprived of a lot of things this year, as so many other people and kids have. So I just wanted to make it super special for them, and I plan to make Christmas decor super special too. But go check out that Halloween Clean and Decorate with me. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go watch that after you are done watching this video. So we're gonna straighten everything up. We don't have too much cleaning to do in here, just the usual tidying up, straightening up the couch, and vacuuming.
Cause my heart just broke and I need my time. Wanna speak so loud even though I hide. Like I'm hypnotized, can't get out of here. You don't know me, I just need my time. Yeah. But they say I don't know where you come from. I don't. You seem too nice to be alone. So lonely. I see you going through some things and I just wanna help. I don't know how to make it clearer. I just wanna go home alone. I need some time alone. I see you going through some things and I just wanna help.
We are gonna vacuum up the stairs as well and make our way upstairs to get the bathrooms cleaned and finish cleaning up those screens. I will show you guys how gross the water was. It was not as gross as when I stripped the couch cushions recently, but it was still pretty gross and pretty dirty. And we are getting to that season in Vegas where you can actually open up your windows. So I wanted to make sure that some of our screens were clean so that we can open up the windows and not have dust from the screens blowing all over the place. And this was just such an easy way of getting those clean. It was a pain to take the screens off and have to get them put back on, but other than that, it worked really well and it was super quick and easy. And all you gotta do is clean up your bathtub afterwards, because it did leave a lot of dirt and yuckiness behind it in the bathtub.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard.
Recently, I asked for some advice on how to get my stained bathtubs not stained anymore, and a lot of you recommended Comet or magic erasers or a combo of both. So we are trying a combo of both, and honestly, I am just shocked with how well it worked. I just kind of had said this is going to be my last ditch effort to get them cleaned up, and I was so pleasantly surprised. So thank you all so much for your tips with the Comet and the magic erasers, because wow, they worked so well. There are still a couple of stained areas, and I'm sure that if I really worked on them for a while, that I could get those up, but I am just so pleasantly surprised. So thank you so much for your help with that. I am also going to be doing this in the kids' bathroom because their bathroom is just so much worse from their little feet walking around in the garage or walking around outside, and then they just track that upstairs and get in the bathtub, and the bathtub is just black. But before we get to the kids' bathroom, I'm going to finish straightening up my bathroom and get my bathroom all cleaned up too.
Never meant to love no one. Love of mine. Love of mine.
was a Thursday night when I first saw you. Those green eyes caught me. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a Friday night when I first came.
My mind is just blown with how much cleaner my bathtubs look. I know I said thank you earlier, but I want to say it again because I seriously just thought my bathtubs were doomed. They were just gonna look black forever. So thank you guys so much for your help and your tips. I truly appreciate them. And if you ever have any other cleaning tips, please drop them down below in the comment box. Even if I can't use them, maybe somebody else can, which is so great about this community. We can all help each other. So leave your comment down below. It's always greatly appreciated.
7, yeah, every day I will come running, babe.
We are gonna do some cleaning outside before it gets dark out, sweep up the stoop and get everything all set up out here. I'm gonna sweep everything, and then I'm also going to clean my front door because I have a few more Halloween decorations to put up. But I just wanted to make sure that the front area was all nice and clean because we did decorate. And I have my little supervisor here, my 2-year-old daughter, and my son is also out here watching to make sure that I get everything all cleaned up. Today I am going to be just using some straight vinegar to clean my front door because it was super dirty, but the dirt was just caked on there, and vinegar was a perfect solution to break up that dirt and that grime and get it super nice and cleaned up. And I had some extra bats left over from when I decorated for Halloween, so we're going to put some of those on the door as well and just make it a little bit more spooky out here for Halloween.
7, you call my name and I will come running, yeah, every day. 24/7, yeah, every day I will come running, babe. Every day, yeah, every day, babe.
After cleaning literally all day long, I was so excited to get my HelloFresh box delivered to my front door full of super yummy recipes and ingredients. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and prepping so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or even 20 minutes with their quick and easy options. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week to help you break out of your recipe rut. I don't know if you're like me, but I feel like we are making the same thing all of the time, so I really, really love HelloFresh's really fun recipes and great options that they offer. With HelloFresh, produce gets to you faster than a grocery store, so it arrives at peak freshness and flavor. And it also kind of cuts out the middleman. You don't have to leave your house and go to the grocery store. No matter what's going on in the world, everyone's got to eat, right? That's why HelloFresh is here to make eating better, easier. No grocery stores, no stressful meal planning, just everything you need to prepare wholesome, delicious meals, all delivered to your door. Feeding the whole family has never been easier with larger box sizes for more servings and more savings. Today we are making this Southwest dish and it was delicious. It was so yummy, you guys. I highly recommend this one. If you do get your HelloFresh box, you can use code BrontesLife80 for $80 off across 5 boxes and free shipping on your first box. I have all of that linked down below in my description box, a special link for you guys, as well as the code. If you can't remember it, it's all going to be in my description box. So go and check it out. My kids loved this meal. My husband loved this meal. And I loved that it was all delivered to my front door. I did not have to go anywhere to get groceries, which is a win in my book because taking the kiddos to the grocery store is not one of my favorite tasks. This was easy to make and it was delicious. They also have calorie friendly meals to choose from. They have so many options, family friendly, like you name it, they have it. Everything is so good. I was just able to pop this in the oven and we ate our dinner and it was so yummy. Be sure to use my code BrontesLife80 when you go and get your HelloFresh boxes. You will save $80 off across 5 boxes and you will get free shipping on your first box.
I know you want the best for me. Your intentions are good. I walk back to my history, into my old neighborhood.
I hope that you all have enjoyed this video and gotten a ton of cleaning motivation from it. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. A huge thank you to all of you for hanging out with me and watching this video and spending time out of your day. I hope that you got a ton of cleaning motivation from it. Do not forget to stick around and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And go click that HelloFresh link down below in the description box. Use that code and save yourself some time and some money and get some super yummy recipes delivered to your door. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.